That's Orion's seat right there.
How you doing? Welcome to Off Topic Live at RTX Austin 2018.
I got this guy.
Oh, my bad.
I found a box of
Joining
Diet Coke
us
at my feet.
This week, I am your host, Michael Jones. We've got Lindsey Jones. Draco Malfoy himself, Trevor Collins. The boy with the golden hands, Gavin Free. Ryan Meat and Diet Coke Haywood. The Sauce, Alfredo Diaz. And Jeremy Loko Dooley. Why don't you pass that down, buddy?
Where are they coming from? How? How? No!
How?
How?
All right. So we got
I'm dual wielding tonight.
we got 88 minutes here. Let's try to make it through the podcast.
All right, wrap it up.
This episode of Off Topic is sponsored by you, the attendees at RTX. We don't need nothing. We don't need your money today. Next week we will, and that'll be fine. But for now, we don't.
Can we just pretend it's sponsored by Four Loko? Like, sure.
No,
Why
I mean,
not?
you know, if anything, it's loosely sponsored by Four Loko,
I was
and
like
I
a-
assume the McDonald's we're gonna get after.
Trevor put this in front of me like I'm actually gonna drink this shit. No way. Get out of here.
You can suck it down.
Boys and girls, are we toasting this shit?
Yeah.
Here, you want the sour one or you want the whatever that one is?
What are the alcohol facts
Hey,
on the back? I
contains
wanna know.
alcohol, Ryan.
14%.
14%. That's a lot.
It's like a
right?
can
it's
of
a
wine.
hand-
It's like it's like a wine.
Well, it's 14%, and it's also, I think, 3 servings.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it's servings per container, 4 3/4.
Oh, okay. So more.
To
so
be
if
precise-
you're ununfamiliar with it, I won't go into the great
how many-
history of Four Loko, but this is what caused Candyland Monopoly or Minecraft. And a
Disneyland
certain
Monopoly. Sounds
yeah, and a
insane.
certain hashtag for Jeremy.
All right, so a serving size on here is 5 ounces, of which 0.7 ounces is alcohol.
Ooh,
Not
wow.
bad.
I mean, it is bad. But
Half
in
a
different
shot?
way.
It doesn't
Not bad for
taste
me,
good.
'cause
It's
I
the
ain't
other
drinking
doesn't.
it.
This is oops in a can.
Yeah.
Oops.
This table's real long. I feel like we could have done this with 2 tables.
You want
Jeremy,
to
you're so
throw
far
one
away.
away?
I know, Michael.
No, that's too
Probably
much
for the
work.
best.
That's too much work.
They do smell good at least. It's like liquid candy.
Oh yeah,
I know,
It
it's got a-
smells like Jolly Rancher.
It does.
It does.
You should never drink alcohol underage, depending on where you live. But man, I feel like kids would love this.
No.
This is funny juice.
Speaking from personal experience, that has caused every bad memory from college.
No, that's
so-
caused no memories from
No,
college.
fair enough. If you can't remember, it didn't happen.
Unless it's on a podcast.
Daniel being a freak.
Hi, Daniel.
He's trying to sneak up and not get noticed.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we have beer under here too. They're actually already opened, which means I need to finish this so I can get to them.
You don't.
Oh, so if we open them, he has to empty them.
He's gonna finish those and Daniel's
Go
beer,
ahead,
so
crack
watch
that one.
out.
That was
Thanks to them being open, Alfredo just managed to spill 4 beers at the same time.
You know, pour one out.
Jeremy was really working on that that logic. I don't know if any of you guys were at Let's Play Live on Thursday night. Yeah. So we had a ton of people in town for that, you know, from every single Let's Play group. So it was a lot of fun, and it was the least work for us, actually, because there was so much to do in such a little amount of time. So we started with a GTA heist, which went perfectly according to our plan, Jeremy.
Bev Boys?
Bev
Went
Boys, Bev
great.
Bros, whatever, BB.
Bev buddies.
And then basically Jeremy and I just hit that bar hard after that, backstage. And pretty early on, he was
I feel like you hit the bar hard and roped me into it.
well, it's easy to do.
goes.
Yeah.
And pretty early on, you're like, no, I'm not doing whiskey. So I, being a good friend who doesn't like whiskey, sucked one up, and I just started getting 2 shots at a time for you. So I was doing one every time with you.
I appreciate you
and
were looking
I
out for me, man.
really got a headache in the
Jeremy,
morning.
your resolve against drinking is like holding tissue paper in front of a train.
It really is. Gavin kept, like, Michael walked up to me with the shot, and I looked at it and I went, I don't want that. Like, I never thought I'd say this, but I don't want that.
It's someone who
Gavin goes, then don't have it. Like, I'll take it away from you. And I was like, well, I'm going to drink it, Gavin.
You're like, oh, well, I have to. I'm like, no, you don't, Jeremy. No, you don't. Yeah, I was watching two people who didn't want shots of whiskey doing shots of whiskey.
Correct.
Gavin, you were so far gone. It took you. I just saw you in the corner of my eye, struggling for 5 minutes to take off your Dust Boy costume, and I thought to
the thing that
myself,
happened with my dust
I
suit
should
is
go
that
help this man.
I forgot how I put it on, which is
Yep.
I took my shoes off, I put the whole thing on. It was
Yep.
like all a one piece, did it all up nicely. And then when we were done, I just whipped it off.
Someone else did it up for you. You were writhing around on the ground like a drunken child.
But then I pulled it off, forgetting that my shoes were separate from it.
Right.
It got stuck over my shoes on the outside, pitch black behind the curtain,
Yep.
and it was black. The suit was black. So I couldn't find the holes to get my hands in to undo my shoes.
You look so
I
depressed.
just gave up, and I was walking around like my trousers around my ankles.
yeah,
basically.
you were just walking around. You were just defeated. I mean,
There were-
there were 5 of us trying to help him out of it. At one point, we brought over scissors. That was going to be the jaws of life to free him.
I don't know who has them, but I saw some pictures of Gavin
I have a few.
just pulling and quitting. Just sitting there with his suit
It was
around
like a
his
straight
ankles.
up pit crew rolled over, like, all right, driver in need
It was,
of
it, was,
repair.
it was multiple thoughts. I was like, well, I'll get in. That's not working. I'll never find my way in. I'll rip them. I'm too weak for that. I'll give up. And then
Yeah, we
other
were-
people helped me.
We were going to cut him out, and we were like, all right. And then Ryan just walks over, and Ryan just goes, done. And I was like, damn it. I want to use the scissors.
Ryan's good at stuff like
Well,
that.
He is.
He was trying to take it off with his shoes still on.
He's a madman.
Ryan, I can take
It's a
his shoe
skin-tight bodysuit that's tucked into your shoes, and you didn't take them off.
Well, I was very confused.
Do you
all
guys
right?
want to talk about the ultimate failure of the great Dusk Boys?
Well, I mean, everything about the Dusk Boys is always
I mean,
been
it
a-
was pretty.
it was
They had
on
one
brand the
job
whole
at Let's Play
time.
Live.
It's exactly
Yeah.
what
And
was
the
supposed
job
to
that you
happen.
saw them do was not their job.
Yeah, that wasn't their bit that they were in.
No.
Was it that the mics weren't on or something?
Yeah, so
Well, you
Mega
were
64 came out and
just
took
couldn't remember.
over Let's Play Live, and we, the Dust Boys, right, supposed to save it, bring it back to the people. I popped out. Gavin's on the ground drunk. Fredo's poking out the curtain, and I'm like, hark! Nothing. Dead mic. One person in the crowd goes, woo!
Well, that's everyone who likes the Dusk
Yeah,
Boys.
yeah, it was them,
Hold
the
on.
one fan.
Hold on. Was anyone here? Did you see Trevor's appearance as the Dust Boy that didn't happen?
It was off to the side.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's,
3 or 4
There-
people said
that's
yes.
all the,
That's Team Woo.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
It
We
was
have
like
to
that
listen to
Homer
all of
Simpson
you.
gif. He just faded back into the darkness.
The mics were just dead, so like the mics are off. I just walked back, and then Funhouse popped on. And we're like, well, shit. On
The
brand,
Dust
boys.
Boys missed their chance.
Oh, typical
was-
Dust Boy fashion.
That was your whole bit. They ordered costumes, everything. You guys suited up, and they just like, nah, we missed it.
they
It
were
was
like,
90 seconds, and we missed it.
they're like, I guess just go on after Funhouse, I guess.
Yeah.
The Dust Boys went out.
I will
Look, we
say
adapted.
that's been some of the most pleasant conversation I've had with Gavin ever, because he really only talks to people when he's drunk.
Yep. Well,
So-
I'm too shy to have actual conversations.
You
when
shy
I'm,
or you couldn't be bothered, is
yeah.
what I think.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, Autumn said the same thing. She was like, I can tell you've been drinking because you've never spoken to me before.
That's
And I was
exactly
like,
what I said to
it's so
Michael.
tragic. And I had all these really nice conversations with people before I turned to goo, obviously. But yeah, it was nice. It was a nice night.
There's a good middle level when you're
Yeah.
drinking, but you're not goo yet. You'll probably see the goo in about 65 minutes
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Gavin's super good.
Jeremy's gonna start bragging about something.
But Gavin, you pointed out how drastically different you and I are with each other when we're drunk.
Yeah.
Because Gavin, when he gets drunk, like at Let's Play Live, I don't know when it happened to you, when that bomb fell on you, because I just walked off stage at one point and you came up to me, like right after I feel like you just did the whole, Jeremy, don't drink it then if you don't want it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, good point, Gavin, like my sober friend. And then like I went up, did whatever, I came off the stage, you walked up to me and went, Jeremy, I'm sorry. You go, but I love you. I love you so much. And he gave me a hug.
Yeah, we've discovered that when I'm drunk, I can't stop telling Jeremy how much I love him. And when he's drunk, he can't stop telling me how much he hates me.
You get shoved pretty hard.
Yeah.
You're actually at a pretty decent distance here from Jeremy whapping you
No,
later.
Jeremy's got the roaming
Yeah.
mic though. He'll come over to Gavin.
he'll
That's
get
true.
up.
That's true. You can get up and take it with you.
He's far from my violent hand gestures.
Oh, can we also talk about the amount of disrespect that Garbo Man was shown backstage?
This is
I'm
funny.
still upset.
Lindsay's been fired up about this since Thursday, and it's a very it makes a lot of sense.
Well, okay, so for those of you guys who are at Let's Play Live, I decided to do an interpretive dance of my love for Garbo Man. Thank you. I felt like the best way to express my feelings toward him was through the art of movement, so why not?
And I'll preface this with the inception of Garbo Man was a stupid joke in Awu. Jack turned around and followed that stupid joke up with the store. They said, we'll do the dumb joke. We did the dumb joke. That was it. Then we decided, oh, all right, well, the dumb joke's going through. We got to make Garbo Man. I don't know, what's that pile of trash? All right, it's done. There was a garbage bag and googly eyes. And the googly eyes were on a Master Chief helmet. We just pulled them off and stuck them on the bag.
Garbo Man's eyes are second hand.
Done.
That's how shitty Garbo Man is.
She spent 2 days prepping for this 2-minute bit.
Correct. A day per minute, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did pull a lot of the choreography out of my ass, but I digress. So I had like the entire Garbo family backstage in this big trash can.
Which
I'm like,
is who?
Let's see, Garbo Man, Garbo. I was Garbo Lady, Garbo Tot, Garbo Assassin, Webby. I think that's it.
Webby.
Don't forget Garbo Lad.
Oh, Garbo Lad. Yes,
Yeah.
my apologies.
I went up to you backstage. I was like, I was admiring the Garbo family, but I was like, but where's Webby? And you were like,
Boom.
and he was just
the
under there,
bottom, yeah.
splattered a dead spider.
Yep. So that was like my prop bin, and okay, it might look like garbage, but it's not garbage. This is Garbo Man.
It was a
But it
trash
is
bin.
garbage.
You had purchased
is.
a trash bin and filled it with trash bags.
Yeah.
Yeah. but
Backstage amongst 10 other
It
garbage
really
He is a
bags.
celebrity.
It just looked like someone threw away some googly eyes.
Yes, it did.
Also, that was like one of 2 trash cans for 40 people with drinks.
There wasn't a lot.
Yes. So multiple times in the evening, like as I'm standing next to him talking to people, people would walk by and like toss their trash in or like throw their drink away, and I was like, what the fuck? That's Garbo Man. No, you get that out of here. So I finally had to like have people babysit the garbage can for me. Like Andy would stand next to it and be like, excuse me, this is Garbo Man's back. Please do not. Please
Hey,
feel
could
like
you
you
please
should
not
have
throw
just-
trash away in this trash can,
Yup.
please? Thank you.
There were people walking up and they're like, no. Not a trash can. And they're like, what?
Yeah, it is, but okay.
I feel like it would have been better if you whipped him out on stage and a bunch of empty drinks and booze like spilled out as well.
I
It's
almost
perfect.
used him several times, but I respect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We remembered that he was a character. Not just a
Yeah. He's
an
garbage
important
bin.
I was like, oh yeah, this hasn't happened yet.
I almost hit it after we went full like fat fuck behind Let's Play Live, which is awesome.
Oh, dude, Chad saved the fucking day there.
Yeah,
Oh,
we went
yeah.
to
Chad James.
we went to first night. We went and did anyone go to first night by any chance?
Yeah?
You see that
Get 'em out.
shit?
And we went there. That was. That's
There was a lot of good stuff, dude. Hardcore tabletop. You like that? People like that. That's cool.
People like that tabletop.
that
People like
dice
that
roll.
achievement haunter.
Boo!
Oh!
But so we got in there. I realized there was a bar. Awesome. You and I started hitting the bar pretty good. You started hitting the snacks and the popcorn like you do.
It was very similar to the story I told about Achievement Hunter when we were at the hotel, which, by the way, I have that picture. I should post that at some point of all the food that I bought. It was that. Both you and I, it was like we had to go to rehearsals for Let's Play Live. Then we left that to go do first night.
Yep.
And then we had to go back to Let's Play Live to do the show. And up until first night at like 5 p.m., neither one of us had eaten food all day.
Correct.
So I just went full fat fuck at the concession stand.
Like Michael got a big popcorn, which I got like a small popcorn, and I ate like half of it, and I gave the rest to Chad because I was like, I don't want this. Michael got like this big popcorn. He ate a fuck ton of it, and then left somewhere. And I was like, I don't know where Michael went. Probably get another drink. And he walked back with like 3 boxes of candy.
Yeah. One
Or
was
something.
for me, to be fair, but still.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it wasn't. Like, Michael came back with all this shit and was also like, by the way, I mean, you can just order a double and get all this alcohol. I'm like, yes, correct. So we went upstairs. I had like 4 whiskeys or something. And I was like, I haven't eaten anything today. Like, fuck. And I've got Let's Play Live coming up. I'm supposed to rap, but I'm going to be up there like, and so So I'm like, Chad is next to us and mentions that his friend is going to McDonald's. So we
God
all
bless them.
pile in. It's like me, Michael, Alfredo.
It was like Chad goes over. He's like, yo, there's 40 people there.
Right.
And he's like, I got a friend getting McDonald's. You guys want in on this? Don't tell anyone. And we're like, all right, cool. And then like Alfredo comes over and goes, what's going on? We're like, oh, shut up, come here, shut up.
Yeah, it's like, right.
And I was like, oh shit, who we killing?
We're getting McDonald's.
And we like all made our orders to this poor friend of Chad's. And I was like, you know what? I'm pulling the trigger on the double quarter pounder with cheese. I gotta do it. Like, it's so much fucking food, but I just want it. I want it, Michael. And we all made our order, and I leaned back, I like had my drink, and I look at Michael, and I remember you poured a handful of peanut M&Ms into your hand. You went, I pulled the trigger as well.
Jeremy was kind of in this state of like, he was happy, but he was also disgusted with himself. And he's like, I got the double quarter pounder. And I was like, right there. And he was like, you did it! Yeah!
And then those showed up not soon enough.
No, but amazingly timed. It was like 3 hours later.
Yeah, but we got to Let's Play Live. The show was there, and I was so concerned before they were there. I was signing posters for Let's Play Live, reciting the TOP rap in my head as best as I could. James Williams is like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, I'm going to forget it. I'm going to say it wrong. I'm going to do something wrong. He shows up with a double quarter pounder. Michael and I both opened the boxes, realized how big the sandwiches are, and then they were gone in like a minute. It was disgusting.
Sucked them down.
Usually a double quarter pounder is like halfway through it. You think, I've gone too far, and it just hurts to eat the rest. I was like, who took my sandwich? Oh, I did.
Dude, it was
no.
quick.
That saved my life that night. Yeah. Also, on the way home, got a Big Mac.
No,
Good call.
Let's be clear. You got a Big Mac and 2 double cheeseburgers, and then you passed out drunk, and I had to wake you up and go, please eat something. So I tried to shove the Big Mac down your mouth.
I ate it. I ate the Big Mac.
Yeah.
Wait, so you woke up later to the Big Mac?
Yeah.
No, not really. It was like
Kind of.
in passing out. It was like midnight. I'd eaten half of it, and I was falling asleep. And she's like, hey, eat that Big Mac. And
Was
I'm
that-
like, all right, I'll eat it. And then
Was that one of the best tasting Big Macs in
It
your
was
life?
real good. It was real good.
Drunk burgers are awesome. I got Pete Terry's on the way home.
Oh,
from
nice,
Let's Play Live.
nice.
Oh, that's a better choice.
Dude, we suck.
Trevor and I came into that conversation a little late, and then we actually ended up ordering meals because we thought that's what everyone was doing. And
You guys are
you
savages.
fucking
Ordered
ordered
efficiency.
everything.
Cost effective. You want a
We've
drink
got-
and fries? You just
Yeah.
like,
We shit on you guys.
We shit on them hardcore because it's like Chad offers food through a friend of his, which is already like total dick move. Like, hey, can your friend get a bunch of food for some assholes you don't know? And I'm like, just give me the burger. Keep it simple, whatever. Trevor's like, I'll take a meal. Give me a drink. Here's what I want to drink. And we just relentlessly shit on them for that. It's like, I'm Trevor. I want a drink. Oh, I've got to have my
I'm
Coke.
just
Let
imagining
me get my
Chad's
Coke
poor
and my
friend
fries.
fumbling around with like 15 bags of food and then like 2 drinks in one hand. Yeah, why are these drinks here? But when the food arrived backstage, it was glorious, but that began it was a mystery. Because anytime I set food down from that point on, it would disappear.
Well, again, there was a bunch of people
No
that
joke.
didn't get it.
So like I had a full fry and a brand new like whiskey Coke sat there like literally a foot behind me. I'm like, I keep checking on it, eating my Big Mac. It's still there, eating my Big Mac. I look, it's gone. All of it's gone. Fresh drink and fry. So someone's been pilfering.
Trevor, I didn't want to tell you this in the moment because I felt bad, but I looked
you
behind me
steal
and the
it?
guy started walking away, and I was like, oh, wait, no.
Who was it? Who
Who
took
was the
it?
culprit?
It was just someone from the back.
Son of a
Someone.
bitch.
He went to throw it away.
It was a shadowy figure. We don't know. We'll never know.
Interesting.
They
He
took
was
it over
wearing
to
a
throw it on
cloak
Garbo
and a
Man.
hood and carrying a knife.
Because at one point, a Big Mac wrapper ended up in Garbo Man's bucket.
He did.
So,
First
saw
of all, I'd
that.
like to stop you right there. Big Macs don't come in a wrapper. They
Sorry,
come in a
the
box.
box, please.
Okay?
I apologize.
Amateur.
No, I remember when you found it because Michael and I were sitting next to each other on the couch, like with our drinks.
We were going like that and going, and it was like, wasn't me. I had a double quarter pounder.
Yeah, exactly. She goes, "Who threw this away?" We both went, "Well, what's it say on the box?" She was like, "Big Mac," and we go,
Then again, you had the Tower of Pimps rap, but for the rest of the night, there was pretty much, a million other people doing stuff. so you can see me, my presence for the rest of the Let's Play Live is more or less wandering the stage with a drink in my hand.
Yes.
You did your Spyro bit, and I just walked on stage just in time to drag you off by your feet. And as I'm dragging you off by your feet, you got your arms out, and Chad puts a drink in your hand. And you're like...
Sends him on his way.
Well, Chad, because Chad's the asshole that I trusted with the controller for the shock collar that was on my arm.
Big mistake.
Yeah, I was like, Chad, you got hit by this earlier. Like, I'm trusting you with this. He's like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. And he's like, at one point I'll come out and I'll give you a drink, and it'll be nice. It'll be like a peace offering. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And like while we're getting set up for the thing, I'm on the stairs about to go to the stage, and I hear Chad go like, hey, Jeremy, like, hey, dude. And I turn around, and he's standing next to Blaine, and Blaine has the controller, and he goes, like, I dropped down. And so, yeah, he wanted to hand me the drink while I was up there, but there were too many people absolutely annihilating me, so he just gave it to me when I was being dragged away.
I had realized what I have become, because even before when we were doing the rehearsals, we had it, and then like everyone was just passing it around, shocking each other. They were like, "Oh, let me get a hit." We were like, "Oh."
We were doing that.
We're sick.
I walked up not being in the bit. It was for the Twister that all the Jameses did, including Chad James.
The Hunger James?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I walk up and I see like 3 of you guys shocking each other. I literally walk up and go, give me a taste, let me have it. And immediately just put it in my hand. I was like, okay, all right.
You go. It's about how I remember. But also, when we first showed up at the shock collars, I was sitting there with the guys from Activision who had brought Spyro, and because I brought them in early so they could get everything set up. And Jack comes over to me and he goes, "Hey, dude, we just got the shock collar ring. Can you test it for me?" I'm like, "You fucking test it. What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Just you do it." I'm like, "Fine." So he shows me the controller and he's setting it, and he's like, "Okay." And I was like, "Do you have that set to 100?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "That's probably the max. Like, can you set that lower, like, than the max?" And he's like, "I don't know how." And they just stuck it on me and zapped me.
For reference, by the way, to turn it down was the clearly marked up and down arrows
Correct.
on the side.
For the longest time, we had 100 and 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, not easy.
Also, he was hitting like 8 buttons while it was on my arm. And then eventually I was just like, "Oh, God." And he goes, "All right, it's the lightning bolt." I was like, "Yeah, no shit." Like, fucking brilliant.
It was very dark.
At any point, Jeremy, did you go, Jack, stop?
Jack, you're killing him.
That's one of my favorite Jeremy moments. I take that, it's near and dear to my heart, is Extra Life 2016, was it? When geniusly I decided to get tased for charity. It was awesome.
For the kids.
For the kids. Hashtag for the kids. I started that, by the way. I started that. Don't laugh. I did. Everybody likes to use it. Extra Life likes to use it. You can have it. Just remember who said it. So I decided to get tased because it's something stupid that Bernie and I were talking about for years. Like within the first year of me working at Rooster Teeth, and I was like, I get tased for a video, and it never materialized. And then even the story leading into it was like, I can get tased for Extra Life this year. This is months before Extra Life. I'm like, I can get tased this year. And they're like, I don't know, this and that. We got to run it through this person. It's, legal and this and that, whatever. This is like a month before Extra Life. It's still up in the air. Nobody's told me anything. Gavin goes, I just bought one, so we're just going to do it. And that's literally how it happened. We just, at one point, we're like, we have it, by the way, and it's happening. And they had to work around it.
Yeah, because otherwise it would have turned into like smashing the table, which took like a year.
So you're like, I got it. And I was like, zap me. So we do a thing where it's like, okay, I'm going to get tased, but if in the next amount of time people donate X amount of money, it'll hit me again. It comes in immediately. So the thing with the taser is because, it's like, for people that are out of control, each zap lasts longer than the one before. And a second is like a lifetime on this thing. So I don't know exactly what the length is, but it's like 3 or 4 seconds is the first like jolt, and then it adds like a second after that. So I was all, when you're dumb, nothing matters. It's like, I could probably get tased. I can get hit by a bus and survive. Who cares? But I got hit with it knowing there was going to be 2, and the moment in between the first and second one was the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my life. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it again. But people had already donated money for the kids, so I was committed to doing it. So they hit me with the second one, and it's awful. It's absolutely awful. And as it's happening in my head, I'm like, oh my God, this is longer. This is going on way longer. So I barely managed to eke out. I just go, stop. And there's no stop. I mean, like, I think there was a stop button, but Jack didn't really know that. So it works. You just pull the trigger and it goes. It's
Yeah,
not
it
like you hold
just runs for the time.
It
but
just
there is
runs for the timer.
There's a safety you can hit if you want.
So I get hit with the second one, and I'm going, and I go, stop. And Jeremy's there on set, and he goes, Jack, stop! And it was just like my favorite moment ever of Jeremy.
I just thought Jack was happily murdering Michael.
You're killing him.
Yeah,
You're
he's like,
killing
you're killing him, Jack, stop!
Is it the lightning bolt symbol? It's not working.
God, that was so awful. And every comment ever from that video is him pulling the barbs out, which is like my flesh
God.
coming up 5 inches. Dude, the second that stopped, it was like nirvana. I was like, oh my God, I'm not getting fucking shocked anymore. Oh my God, my whole life is ahead of me. I didn't even notice that shit. That's like, you know how when they say you catch a fish and it's brutal because like the hook's through his lip and they're like, they can't feel it. And you're like, bullshit. Dude, if it's anything like getting tased, you don't feel it. I don't give a shit. Pull as many barbs out of me as you want. Please just don't zap me
I want to go
anymore.
tase fishing now.
Go tase fishing. Well,
Throw a
it's
hook
easy.
out there.
Yeah, it's easy. You just shoot the water and you get them all.
There you go.
I wonder if, because after you got tased the first time, all of your sweat glands were just like, we're on. And
It's instantly.
You were just beating up.
People
so
kept
I wonder
asking me if I pissed my pants.
I mean, you did.
That had nothing to do with
That's
getting
the sidebar.
tased.
Yeah,
I just
slight
had a lot to drink before that.
I wonder if being covered with salty water for the second one made it worse. Maybe.
It was
Sounds
awful.
like something that needs to be tried.
I mean, you could test it.
Gab,
yeah.
you wanna? I'll hit you.
Nah.
I appreciate that you were like, I can't do it, and Jack's like, yo, I'll take it, dude. I would zap you in a second.
I know. I just didn't want to cause that pain.
Didn't the stream get cut right after Michael got hit with the taser too? Like there was a tech issue, and
Did he
people
really?
were like, "Oh my God, is Michael dead?"
It was like Jack's
flatlined.
aiming up, and for whatever sick reason, they had me standing like a monitor was there, so Jack's behind me, and like who knows. But the monitor in front of me is the wide shot of Jack pointing it at me. And I was like, oh my
yourself.
God, this looks awful. Oh, it was like I saw the whole thing happen. It was awful.
I had to be there to catch you and let you down gently.
Yeah, you and Matt
you
Bragg
and
took
Matt.
care
Yeah,
of
me and Matt. Where's he? There he is.
Yeah.
Matt Bragg.
Hey, Matt.
Matt Bragg, stand up for helping
Matt
me get
Bragg.
tased, everyone. Well done, Matt Bragg.
Matt
Thanks a lot,
Bragg!
buddy. Matt Bragg downloads the best maps around.
Matt Bragg.
Creator of games, downloader of maps.
Yes.
Matt
Winner
Bragg.
of Mario Kart, even when he's drunk at Let's Play Live. Good job.
Okay, if you were at Let's Play Live,
The man could barely stand, but he could still race.
that was the best chance anyone ever stood against beating Matt Bragg. And I let them all know it.
They
He still
couldn't
won.
do it.
He
Dude.
still won.
Rocco from Mega 64 was like, he was so close to
That
beating him.
was like he had lost. When I looked at Matt screen, I was like, that's a shame.
He got
oh, well.
carded
Glad I
hard.
could be here to see it. And then just like something hit whoever was in first, and Matt was just like right around it. Piece of
That's
shit.
the sound he makes. If I had to describe Matt, it'd be
Yep. And then he was like, worth it.
because of the devil.
That was the devil. You got it.
Yeah.
For Loko break,
I
everybody.
was at.
Honestly,
It's sour and it's not great.
no, but
it's not great.
It's coming around. I'm coming around to
Yeah, I
it.
feel it though.
How many servings have you had so far?
Maybe one
One
serving.
Quarter.
Hey, Jeremy, can you show us the vessel you brought it in?
I mean, it's just a.
It's just a backpack. So I was.
Why did you say it like
We're
that?
just hanging. The thing is, I was hanging in the lounge earlier, just chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. And I look at the fridge where there's some food and salad and stuff. Like, who the fuck's got a backpack in there? And it's
Stuck it in the fridge.
It's that Loko idiot.
Because if I just left 4 Locos in the fridge, some animal would have drinking it.
No one would have
Drunken
drank
it,
that.
had
No
it.
one touched
Some
it.
animal would have
Some
enjoyed
animal
it.
would have, yeah.
If you took it out of the backpack, they'd be gone, and there'd be some dead people right now.
Yeah.
But
Does
I
anyone
love how-
want?
I will point out, though, that I had never at any point
An
saw
angry
security
orchard?
at all
Angry
curious about the
orchard.
backpack
She's one of
in the
Kat's.
fridge.
She accidentally left it in the bag, I think.
A cat? Where are you? Is Cat here? Oh, there she is.
Cat.
Here.
You want to grenade that into
Kat,
the
do you
crowd?
want it?
Come get it.
Can I open it? Oh, is it not a twist off? You're out of luck.
Oh,
I don't have
God.
my keys. Does anybody have a bottle
Do
opener?
the table thing.
Anyone have strong teeth?
Yeah, do the
Oh,
table.
Daniel's got one.
Just hit it.
Hey.
Cat Dooley, why don't you come up and get this angry
Daniel
orchard?
Fabello. Cat
Let's give a
Dooley.
round of applause to the woman who mostly drives Jeremy home when he's incapacitated.
Cat.
Jeremy wanted a hug, and you were
She
denied.
just wanted a hug. She just wanted the beer.
You're too far now. Don't worry. You can hug him later. There you go. Hey, by the way, this isn't on the spot. Keep your mouths to yourself.
Do you
Ryan.
see that?
I
How?
heard there was a lot of kissing.
Jeremy.
I heard Ryan was smooching like a madman last night.
Okay.
Their fault.
Jeremy, I
I
will
was
say.
just laying on the table. They're the ones that peer pressured John into kissing me.
You're fine. I just saw Iron Rimmy Tim go into the bathroom, and he walked right past you as you're hugging Cat. I assumed you were going to shove Cat out of the way and go hug him.
No, Iron Tim. There was a whole thing that happened. Whenever we see him again, I'll call it out. So, do you remember at RTX? I think it was RTX Sydney. I showed up to Off Topic dressed as Remy Tim.
Blew
right?
my mind.
I met Iron Remy Tim. He's all dressed up in the full thing. Have you guys seen that online at all? Like he's Iron Man.
Iron
She
Tim.
knows him.
It's your
Him right
boyfriend.
there.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
There he is.
He came back. He was about to piss himself. but he
There's
came
Iron
back
Remy
anyway.
Tim.
That thing doesn't have a bathroom in it? Look
Just
what
pee
you've
in the
done,
suit,
Jeremy.
man.
Nope. I met him after the Achievement Hunter panel, and he offered me to actually dress up in that and be on Off Topic in the Iron Remy Tim suit, and it ended up just being something I couldn't do. But for fuck's sake, dude. Can I put the helmet on?
Sir.
We opened the faceplate so you can do the podcast. This used to be Iron Van.
No, it's taped open, man.
Yeah, close it.
Over there, you can keep
I am both happy and disgusted.
Cool, have it right here.
Gav, how do you feel that Iron Vav is now dead?
You know, it went to a good cause.
We made a trailer where it's like Iron Van is MIA, and then this is Remy Tim.
Well, now you've revealed your identity, so watch out for Hydra. Good job.
Saving the world, one
That
color
thing
at a
is
time.
loud. He's clacking all the way away.
I did want to point out before I get too far from it. I mean, how perfect of a person is Kat for me? Because I walked down with the Angry Orchard. She came over, Daniel opened it and like handed it to her. And I looked at her, I tapped her on the shoulder and went like this. And she didn't even look at me. She got the Angry
Didn't
Orchard,
notice.
turned around and left.
She's like, thank you, and just left.
Again, she's going to get you later. She only has the Angry Orchard now. She's going to have to drag you out of here.
Fair enough. Good point. But then we're gonna go somewhere. I don't know, some fast food place.
You're
probably.
gonna eat something. I just like how even going to the Four Loko, I texted Jeremy last night. It was at 8:30 at night, and I just said, "You should grab some Four Loko if you want it for Off Topic tomorrow." He immediately replied in the same minute, "On it." That was it.
We were already on the way, my friend.
and it was done.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, we were all hanging out over back in the lounge, and then Jeremy just goes, hey guys, check it out. And he like pulls his bag over, he's like, he unzips, he goes, and I'm like, no.
Love it. That's my favorite thing to do. Is just go.
It's a good face, and you're really. And I brought this up already in a couple of panels, but you're really hard at your RTX animation. Your little
Oh, my
chibi
little
Jeremy.
fucking freak.
Yeah.
So if you've seen, there's some really cool, like animated versions of us. Jeremy is a freak. For some reason, his eyes are squinting and his hands are together, and he's going. You can hear him going, which is fine. But for some reason, some insane person, Lindsay pointed this out. 100%. There are signs, and this is a real thing. There's a bunch
Legitimate
of signs
problem.
around RTX. It's a problem at a lot of conventions where it says cosplay is not consent.
Which is true.
No matter what people are wearing,
No.
fuck off. You know, they're wearing whatever they want to wear. That doesn't mean you could be like, nice fucking titties, or whatever. Fuck off.
But
On the cosplay is consent thing, they put Jeremy at the bottom going, and I'm just like, why? You're a creep. Don't be Jeremy. Don't be a creep. Ask to take a picture.
God damn.
Jeremy, do you still have your little like stash of drunk nuts for when you go home piss
Well,
ass
they're next
drunk?
to his bed.
Yeah.
No, I finished them.
We'll get more. Or
need-
Slim Jims.
I need more drunk nuts. Slim Jim, someone gave me Slim Jim earlier today, and I already ate it.
We managed Moonball, right? Our next logical sponsor, or well, Boba, creators of Moonball. Hey, check out the Achievement Hunter Moonball.
Achievement
coming
Hunter
soon.
Moonball coming soon.
Official. It's a
Make
new
sure you call
color.
it first.
It's a new color, and it'll have our logo on it. But where's the Achievement Hunter Slim Jim? Maybe they don't need us.
They definitely don't need us. But
A
the,
lot-
No
the
one
other
wants
thing
a
about
green
Slim Jims that I
Slim
love, every time I have a Slim Jimmer, I'm like, oh, we got a new box of Slim Jims. I'm eating them in the office. Kent will come in, and he just has this look on his face like I'm cheating on him. Like, because Kent supplies me with all the jerky that I eat, and I still have pounds of it in my house right now. But the Slim Jims, man, they're just
Here's the
they're
thing, too.
there.
Kent Jerky ain't at every single gas station and convenience store ever. Okay?
Right.
Slim Jims are.
Slim Jims are like the late night hookers just waiting. They're ready,
Dude, it's weird.
looking for love.
It's really
go-
weird. Like Kent will come in, and then like him and Jeremy will talk, and then just do the sleight of hand, and I'm just like, I've seen this before. I've grown up in the ghetto. This is a drug deal. What's happening right
pretty
now?
much.
He's like, hey, Dad. It's like, all right, here you go.
You were going off about Kent's jerky the other day, because Kent hunts. He's a hunter, and his father-in-law actually they hunt deer, and then he makes the jerky from the deer. So it's like that's awesome. There's a reason you're eating it. Go
Right.
for it.
It's real good, too.
Yeah,
It's
it's
real
very
good.
good. It's very good jerky. And Jeremy was just going wild about it. So I was just like, fuck, I need some jerky too. So I stopped Kent the other day in the parking lot. It was like at the end of the day. I come into the side room. I'm like, where's Kent? They're like, oh, he just left. So I run out to the parking lot, and I see him walking to his car. I'm like, yo, Kent, you got some jerky? And he's like, I don't know. I have to check. Jeremy just cleaned me out. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right, well, let's check, let me know if you have any or whatever, and just bring him some jerky and I'll buy some. He was like, you don't want like Jeremy amount though, right? Do you? Just like, I'm like, I don't know, what does that mean? How much is Jeremy on? He goes, he's giving me $100 for jerky. And I was like, oh my God, no.
Lord.
No, I don't need that much.
What's his going rate? What, $15 a pound?
Yeah, it's something
I
like
think
that.
it's like $15 for 8 ounces for half
Yeah.
a pound.
I mean, he's
half a
right.
pound, yeah.
He's right there. You can ask him.
Oh, no, it's less
What,
than
what
that.
are your rates, dealer?
Kent, what is it?
Kent,
What's your
stand
going
up.
rate?
Stand up. Take credit for your jerky.
Kent!
Kent, what's your jerky going for in the market?
What's your market price right now? It's technically not for sale, but what's your
Technically
going
not for
price?
sale, even though it's all we've talked about.
It's a
$20 donation.
To the Cook family, yes.
We don't need the FDA involved here.
No, if Ken wanted to, I feel like you have an untapped market. He could become the kingpin of jerky at Rooster Teeth. Like, he could network.
Could.
He's
I
got
think he
people
already
working for
is.
him.
Done.
Yeah, my last text message from Kent is, find me after y'all's shoot is done. I have the goods.
That's pure venison, right? You ain't like cutting it with rabbit or anything, right? Okay.
I got some extra stuff in the last one, though.
Kent, we've got a
Pork, I think,
hunt.
in there.
Dude, it's potent. You open that bag and you get slapped in the face.
Kat hates it. Because she walked in after I got that last shipment. And I was sitting in my office just snacking on it. She literally walks into my office. She's like, hey, hon. It blasts you. It is you can really smell it. But God, it's so good. Also
Gavin,
Slim Jims.
Why you drinking Shiner, Gavin?
Because he's a loser.
Well, this cutting is for Loko.
This stuff's rank, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not drinking it for the taste.
That's full, too.
Once you take it down here, though, it starts to soak in, feels real good. The taste goes a little numb.
How far are you in, Trevor?
About this far.
You're about halfway.
nice.
Oh, yes,
Ooh,
sir.
Say goodbye to Trevor, everybody.
Goodbye.
I like how both
Oh, yeah, you're there.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Barbara wasn't there for the occasion, but both Meg and Kat, as we were in the green room before coming out here to do the podcast, I was like, Jeremy's got fucking 4 Loko. Meg was like, no, I'm not dealing with him. I'm not taking him out of here. I'm like, listen, that you talk over it with Gavin, okay? I'm gonna put it in front of him. I think he owes it to the audience at RTX Austin to drink it.
This is the worst form of peer pressure that's ever existed.
I mean, I'm not saying peer pressure, but, he's a grown man.
No!
We have backup.
No, I'm gonna
We
be a
have
good boy.
backup.
You weren't expecting it to be completely full, were you?
Meg Turney. You guys see her sweet Garbo cosplay? Rumor has it Garbo Man himself was trying to collab with her, but unfortunately, both their schedules are so busy.
Meg's too A-list for
It
Garbo Man.
couldn't happen. I think it's the other way around, honestly.
Where is Garbo Man right now?
He's in the
in
back
real
of our
life,
car.
right?
He's back in our he's back in our garage. I
Yeah.
think. Dude, this is also funny too. Garbo Man has been in our garage for months. Every time, because it was something was happening at the office where it was like, gotta get a bunch of shit out of here, and I took him out so he didn't get thrown away in the trash because it is a
So
trash
it didn't
bag.
get filled up.
And I left him in our garage forever. And I kept meaning to bring him back to the office, but I didn't. But Lindsay doing her Garbo dance at Let's Play Live, I was like, oh, let me dig him out. I pulled him out of the garage, and again, it's just googly eyes with like the eyes are glued to like some kind of like cardboard type material, and then the adhesive goes on the other side. Being in Austin, Texas, it was so hot when I got the bag, his eyes had like peeled off. So I'm sitting there Wednesday night, the night before Let's Play Live, with super glue gluing his fucking eyes back on. And I'm just like, this is a trash bag with googly eyes. Surely I can buy another one. But it was the commitment to the lore of Achievement Hunter. And I accidentally got a bunch of super glue on one of his eyes. And I was like, listen, that's just canon now.
Yeah.
He's a piece of trash. He's got glue in his eyes.
That's the thing with Garbo is like, Garbo could be easily replicated, and yet the same Garbo that ran into the room for the Garbo sale, Rusty.com/store. That's the same one that's in your fucking
There's
garage.
only ever been one.
There hasn't been another garbage bag. There's only been one Garbo.
I feel like it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
No.
Everything about Garbo Man has been sort of an accidental development from his creation to his family. So it's just, you got to stick with it.
I just like
with
that
what
in
works.
the video where you come in and talk about the sale, there's a clear point where it's just a man in a garbage bag.
That was immediately what Gavin pointed out. When Garbo Man first appeared, and I unfortunately wasn't there, and he trashed my desk like an animal, Gavin's watching, we're looking at the footage afterwards, and he is like keeling over laughing, and he's like, it's a man in a trash bag.
It's because there's a moment where Garbo Man turns away from the camera so you can't see the eyes anymore, but you can just see your arms going like all over the desk. It's just a man in a bag.
And even in that footage too, we never like showed Garbo Man's feet. So I thought it was funny when I was planning the choreography, Michael like got actually upset and he was like, you can't have Garbo Man dance
Garbo
across
Man
the
doesn't
stage.
have legs.
He can't do that physically. I'm like, well, he's a garbage bag.
I'll say
Who cares?
there's one, listen, retcons happen, okay? It's a thing. You don't know the character when you first create it. You ever listen to the first season of The Simpsons? Homer Simpson don't sound nothing like that now, okay? Retcons are important. You gotta know the character. And my biggest mistake I complain about to this day, I'm just like, Garbo Man should have never had legs. We gotta get those legs out of there. Doesn't make sense. He lives in a trash heap. He does this and that. So Lindsay kept talking about doing various things, and I was like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in the universe. You can't ruin the canon of Garbo Man. I had many conversations with her like this, as well as Mogar in X-Ray and Vav, where she'd go, oh, I wrote this thing, da-da-da-da. And I was like, idiot, you ruined it. This isn't Mogar from a dumb idea that just spouted out in Minecraft. Then she gets this well-crafted show wrapped around the dumbest characters ever created from nothing videos with zero effort. Her and Jordan put all the effort in. There's an entire animation team behind it. And I come in like, you just fucked this up. This is unbelievable.
Michael's still upset that Mogar is basically illiterate. So
Listen,
he's smarter than that.
I never stressed he was that dumb. I use that a lot as a reference for Garbo Man. I'm like, listen, you already destroyed Mogar, okay? The guy can't even fucking read now because of you.
Do you think
Garbo Man doesn't have legs, all
Do you
right?
think the
That's
next
it.
time Garbo Man comes out, you should wear some green trousers?
Yeah. It'd be delightful.
What do you mean where?
What?
Just
You mean
laying
when
in his
Garbo
heat.
Man shows up?
He'll dress up.
We'll key him out.
Gavin's getting loopy.
Next time we venture into the
see it.
Garbo zone. No, my favorite part about that Garbo Man thing, that first shoot where we did the Garbo sale and everything, is I was like trying to talk to Garbo Man, keep a straight face the whole time.
The angry eyes.
And he had the eyes, and kept losing grip on his own eyeballs. So at one point he's like, "The code is Garbo," like doing his thing, and I go, "Well, Garbo Man, how do you spell that?" Garbo Man looks at me and had lost his mouth completely. So the next thing I know, his bottom lip went up over his eyeballs. You
swallowed
can
his
see
own
in the
eye.
video that I look at Garbo Man and I go, "Oh, he's pissed." Garbo Man is, frankly, he's unpredictable. And that's why I enjoy him. I finish this up now.
Are you done?
I'll join you.
Not quite. There's about that much
He's
left.
done. He's
Fredo,
done.
where are you at?
Damn.
Where you at, boy?
I'm about halfway. I'll catch up.
Jesus.
Oh,
do it, do it, do it.
No.
Go,
that's a
go.
mistake.
No.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry, honey.
Don't do that.
He's gone.
Ahead of time.
That was a hand over the mouth for Jackie right there.
Jackie,
I'll see
Meg,
you later.
Kat, and I are gonna form like the Drunken Wives Club and be like, all right, let's take our husbands home. Cool.
It's pretty good. It should be, let's take our husbands home, and Gavin, and beat their asses.
I was talking to Meg in the green room about that after she was like, I'm not dealing with Gavin, and she gave me the look like, you know, girls, like you act like I have a choice. Like, I'm taking Michael's drunk ass home, whether I like it or
Goo
not.
Gavin. He's going to come back again.
There are many moments when I realized that like Jackie's the one, but one of them is when she was pretty drunk. We went. She's like, I want food, babe. I want food. And I was like, all right, we'll get you food. Obviously, we go to McDonald's. So the woman hands me the bag, and I get the bag, and I'm like, all right, here are the fries. And she grabs. She's like, okay, thank you. And then I grab the burgers. I grab the food. I turn around, and she's like, passed the fuck out, like cuddling the fries. And I was like, she's the one. She's the one.
Fredo, you gotta put an onion ring on that finger.
I want to put a sweet ass onion ring on that finger.
Greasy ass onion ring. Go to Whataburger. They're pretty good there.
I do.
I know this probably isn't my story to tell, but oh well.
Tell it.
Gavin, after Let's Play Live, apparently, you went home with Meg, and Meg was trying to get you to drink water. So Gavin, lays down in his bed, and Meg's like, okay, Gavin, like, here, have some water. And Gavin goes,
Feed me.
Feed me.
And then she didn't want to do it because it was going to spill all over the bed, and I was like, nah, it'll be great. And then I immediately like got shocked when it went in my mouth, and then it went all in my eyes and stuff. It was exactly how she predicted.
See, Michael doesn't do shit like that, but I like when he's drunk enough where he's kind of in that halfway state where he's trying to go to sleep, and I'm trying to be like, here, drink water, eat food or something, and he'll just start spouting nonsense. He's like, the army's coming. I'm like, what? What are we talking about?
The problem is, if I'm too drunk to remember it, I'm fairly convinced I'm just fucking with you, but I don't know for sure the next day.
And-
Because I do that shit plenty of times sober. When Lindsay tries to tell me a story and I just shit all over it with nonsense.
No, because I'm an asshole, and I'm like, this is prime recording material. So I just start like filming Michael, and we have conversations. He's like, no, I like this skirt. I'm like, it's cute on you. He's like, I'm a pretty princess.
I mean, did anybody see Heroes and Half-Wits today? Oh! I look pretty good.
here's and Half-Wits.
What a clusterfuck that was.
Now, exactly how long do we have for this panel?
I think we've got 40 minutes left.
Okay, we're good.
So the panel's 90 minutes for Heroes and Half-Wits. For like a month, 2 months, like since it was announced, it's 90 minutes. Talking about being, I told Gus this morning it was 90 minutes, and he went, what? I thought it was an hour. And I went, no, it's 90 minutes. He's like, God damn it. All right. So we do the panel 6 minutes away from the 1 hour mark, which I thought it was odd. I sat down here for off topic, and it says 90 minutes. We sit down for Heroes and Half-Wits, it says 60. I'm like, I don't know, I guess it'll just go into negative 30. It does that. Once you hit 0, it just starts going in the other direction. I'm like, that's weird, but sure. 6 minutes from an hour, somebody runs out, and they're like, so you have 6 minutes left. And in the middle of a fucking fight in Heroes and Half-Wits, we're like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? We have like 36 minutes left. And they're like, no, you need to get the fuck out of here. There's a panel coming right after you
No, it was
guys."
not only do you need to get out of here, it's you need to get everyone out of the room because we got to fix the light.
Oh, was it? I missed
Yeah.
that. I was on the end. But it's like, apparently we need to do maintenance too. Maybe there's a moonball. I don't know. But they're like, you have 6 minutes. And we're like, all right. So then we just go lightning round in the middle of Heroes and Half-Wits, which is also, prior to that, our worst performance ever in the history of Heroes and Half-Wits. Gus gets these dice. There's a 20-sided die that he paid $18 a piece for. He gives one to each of us, and instead of a 1, it says fuck on it. We rolled like 7 fucks. It was unbelievable.
He bought and handed out 4 of them. 3 of them hit fuck within the first, 20 minutes.
It was unbelievable. So then we hyper accelerated to end within an hour. Then with a minute left, they run back out and they go, okay, so just go just keep going, and then we'll kick you out when it's time. You know how long we went? Fucking 90 minutes. And I was like, what is happening here? Lindsay, this is a perfect explanation. What happened? We come back from the panel, and Ryan and I were standing there, and you go, so how'd it go?
It summed up their personalities perfectly, too. I was like, how's the Heroes and Half-Wits panel? At the same time, Michael goes, awful, and Ryan goes, great.
We had a good time,
"No,
though.
right?"
I mean, it was funny, but it was just a funny piece of shit.
That was Frank. Frank was awful.
Oh,
right? I heard.
Frank was awesome, as always.
Shout out to Frank!
Hey,
Heroes
Frank.
and Half-Wits, stand up, Frank. D&D extraordinaire, dealing with our shit. There he is.
I like giving random shout-outs to people. It's fun.
What's that?
I like giving random shout-outs to people.
Yo,
It's fun.
Jeremy, shout out to you. Shout out,
thanks.
Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy!
Ladies and gentlemen, Larry!
Larry! He's Shifty. He's Larry. He's Shifty Larry. Larry, this is funny enough. If you follow Larry on Twitter, there's
Or in public.
or in public. If you follow him around, that's fine. There's a large collection of not real merchandise coming out that Larry's
I
been
heard about this.
promoting lately. Hang on. Vamp for 20 seconds while I pull this up. These are incredible. No one's vamping for me.
Nah, we're just
No,
watching this
I'm just
happen.
waiting
I'm just
for
gonna
it.
wait. All right. Okay.
What do you do in 20
Why
seconds?
is everyone holding up boxes?
Why, what? Why is someone holding
Everyone's
up
got their
underwear? That's a
underwear
great
up.
question.
What the hell are those?
Here we go. Here.
it
So
clean?
this is, if you follow Larry, he's at Larry Matavina. That's his name. Close enough. It's
Matavina.
fine. Matavina. Matovina. Follow Larry. He says, next up, you love the Jeff collection. You love the Barber collection. Now introducing the Shifty Larry collection. And he's got 4 shirts on here. One says Shift plus T. One is, it's Larry jumping out of a pocket, out of a shirt pocket. One of them says RIP 0, and I believe those were his, what are they called? The things in Overwatch? The loot boxes.
There you go.
It's his 0 loot boxes after Matt and Trevor opened them all.
Yeah.
And just ruined them for a video. And then I feel like the most popular, I think it was from Extra Life, the Big O, which is Jeremy and Jack combining into an O.
Two
when
J's
they,
make
when
one
they 69
big O.
each other. So if you'd
Awesome.
like that collection, go ask Larry. He'll make them himself because God knows we're not selling
Why
them.
do people keep holding boxer briefs in the air or something?
What?
Yeah, I didn't want to mention that. That's what the next tweet, he had underwear. It got weird.
They're all over the place.
It never got published also, Larry, but
Ew.
you should post it. Larry went to the effort, when we were dealing with Moonball, I was like, man, we should write Goodnight Moonball, like the book Goodnight Moon. So Larry took the time to write down all of the lyrics, or I guess stanzas for Goodnight Moonball, and it's art. So please post that.
Larry's such a fucking freak.
That's
That's the
you're
weirdest
correct.
Shit. Dude, has anyone seen the Let's test that me and Matt put out where we got drunk and the sheer amount we shit on Larry in that video is like my favorite thing. Also, I keep getting fucking messages about one person in the support room after that video. You know who it is? You know who people keep messaging me about? Fucking Jaren. Everyone messages me about our intern Jaren because he beat Wipeout faster than almost everybody in the main room.
Really? Holy
and
shit.
everyone else in the support room couldn't get up the fucking ladders at the beginning.
Are we doing
Yo,
another
I'm
shout out?
gonna give a quick
shout out to
Jaren.
Jaren.
Shout out to
Right
Jaren!
Jared! I'm gonna bestow that upon him because he's my work boo. He's been helping me out, you know what I mean, run those streams and stuff. Jaren, I love you, baby.
Yeah, if Alfredo's on a stream, because now when we stream, we live switch it, just like they do in broadcasts, like when we're doing off topic and shit like that. So quite often we'll be doing a Siege stream that's live switched, and we'll be like, Alfredo,
Get
we
in
can't
there.
have you not playing Siege with us because then we won't win. And we like it when we win.
God help me with that.
And he's like, I can't do it, I can't do it. Now Jaren can do it, now Alfredo has no excuse. We will never lose again.
Ryan, you nearly traumatized me yesterday when I team killed you. We were
Yeah,
playing
what was that
Rainbow
all
Six
about?
Siege on stage. Like, I think it was someone. It was Alibi. She ran out. She started running. I shot her, and a couple bullets I downed her. A couple bullets whizzed past, and it hit Ryan in the face. And Ryan was like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "Ryan, I had to." He was like, Ryan was like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, and it's happening again. Salt Ray Part 2. Oh God, help me." And then I was like, "Ryan," and he was like, and then you said to yourself, "You're like, yeah, you're right." And I was like, "I love you." And you're like, "Heart," and I was like,
No, it's okay.
"I love you, baby."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Ryan gets
Dude.
me, man. He
He was
does.
fucking good at Siege. Bed Banana.
Yeah.
He was kicking
Holy
our
shit,
asses.
Bed Banana
Fucking
was
from
side to
fucking
side.
us up.
Ryan and I were talking about it today. We were told that they're terrible. They told us that they're terrible. And then what was that?
We walked into that. If you wondered why we suck so bad, it's because we suck. But it's also because we went into that thinking we were about to be playing with like puppies, essentially. They punked us.
I don't know how much to take this with a grain of salt, but Jeff was over on their side, and Jeff, talking about it afterwards, I was like, dude, they were good. And he's like, I don't know how they were good. He's like, dude, I was on their team, and they're like, what gun is this? Who are you? I never played this character before. What's that? How do I shoot this thing? And they were kicking our asses.
Well,
Thank God
apparently-
until Alfredo showed up, saved the day. Don't
Right.
have fun, just win the game for us. Then we all have fun.
Apparently there was one person on the other team who was actually really good, knew a lot about Siege and
Right.
stuff like that.
Alex,
It was Alex from Couch Shop.
From Cow Chop,
Yeah, that was
He was
expected.
fucking good.
he was very
Yeah, he's a
good.
good guy.
Who does he
Dude,
play as?
What was that?
Who does Alex play?
Anyone.
I don't know.
That's how you
Anyone?
know you're a real Siege player when you're like, I play
Like,
anyone.
dude, I was like a proud father yesterday when I was in a 1v1 situation with a Jaeger, and then he killed me, and I saw it was Jeff. And I've been teaching him over the past couple months more and more how to play Siege, and when he killed me, I could not have been more
And he
proud.
killed you with a controller.
With a controller.
With a controller. What a
Dude,
legend.
We because of Alfredo, 100%. We won both
Don't
games.
clap for
But both
controllers.
games, they were long games. They both went into overtime.
They both went
it was
to OT.
overtime point.
Yeah.
We won both games. Jeff walked off the stage smiling, grinning from ear to ear. He's like, I fucking killed Alfredo. That's like 5 wins. I got 1 kill on Alfredo.
Yeah.
As soon as the game was over, they hugged.
Yeah. He told me about it, and I was like, God damn, you son of a bitch, I love you.
I did a sit-down thing where I played Overwatch with the Outlaws, who's like a pro gaming team. Yep. So I sat down, and they're like, Jeremy, you want to play Overwatch with them? I was like, in what capacity? Like, am I on their team? Am I playing? And they're like, yeah, you can team up with them. I'm like, deal. If I'm on their team, don't give a shit. So I'm with them, and I bring up, I'm like, man, the last time I played Overwatch, I was in this thing against Funhouse where they brought in Cloud9 to kick our ass and stuff like that. And one of the guys sitting there on the team goes, yeah, I was one of them. And I was like, you motherfucker. And like, we went out, we sat down, he was next to me. We started playing Overwatch. I played it like 10 matches maybe I've played in Overwatch. I sit down next to him, and they mess it up. It's supposed to be me and them versus some audience members, but they accidentally leave it on free-for-all. So now I'm against 5 professionals and a bunch of audience members who are confident enough to take on professionals. So I start playing. I ended the game with 3 kills. But at the end of it, like during the match, I'm playing and I see a guy, like, you know, I'm fighting him, I start shooting, I blast him, I kill him, and it's the dude from Cloud9 that I kill us during all the thing. And he was next to me and he literally goes, no! And I went, yes! You motherfucker! That was my redemption. That's all I needed. And I got 10th.
10 out of 12. That's not last. Top 10. That's top 10 right there. All right, Jeremy, it's fine. That reminds
I
me.
forgot to stop breathing.
Siege was
before I
also,
started drinking.
in a classic Achievement Hunter fashion, Siege was total clusterfuck yesterday because we went to play it, and we all play Siege on Uplay, and they had Siege ready for us to play here on Steam, which is different. So we couldn't use our Uplay accounts. We had to use Steam accounts. So everybody was at level 1, and you can't pick custom games until you hit level 5. So prior to doing Siege on center stage, there was 10 Guardians out there frantically trying to level up so we could play.
Doing terrorist hunt and shit.
They were doing terrorist hunt over and over again, and then we were supposed to do from 5 to 6, and then at 5:10, Jack and Jeff came out, and they vamped. It was the worst vamping I've ever heard in my life. It was awful. We were sitting backstage, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Jeff
It was really fun watching that.
It
with
was
you,
really
though.
funny because I was commenting backstage, just shitting all over and making fun of them. And they were talking about their grocery list and all this shit and whatever. And the first thing I said when I walked out, I was like, man, that was brutal. That was awful. But they finally got all the characters leveled up. But Alfredo and Trevor were still doing a signing, so we didn't have enough people when the game started, which is why we were losing in the beginning, because Alfredo didn't show up to do his job and win for us. But on the other team with Sideshow and Alex, they had Matt the Guardian, and shout out to him and every Guardian here at RTX.
Yeah.
So not only did they run the whole event, they keep everything organized. They keep the lines together. They keep the staff alive. They keep the guests alive. But they're on stage playing fucking Siege for us. It's awful. We're terrible.
Yeah.
Dude, what you didn't realize is that Trevor and I came from the signing, and then I look at my text messages, and Jackie's, it's just a list of frantic panics. SOS, they need your help. Get in there quick. Where are you? They need you.
It was pretty
good.
bad.
It was
we were
not
getting
good.
annihilated
It was
before
not
Alfredo
good.
was
In hindsight, that really should have been kind of the giveaway, though, because one of the ways that we ended up fixing that was 2 of the Sideshow guys had Siege accounts on Steam. So they logged into their account that was already leveled
We should have
for
known.
people that apparently knew nothing about the game.
Bastards.
We're dumb.
When you say you know nothing about Siege, please get on our level of knowing nothing.
We
okay?
are the kings of knowing
Yeah,
nothing.
we know nothing.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you got some in there though.
I got a lot of husses in there. I had an MVP, but they cut before it. So I didn't even get my satisfaction from that. When
know
they
it
zoom
happened.
in on Mute's face at the end, I can hold off and go, and I didn't even get that. It was worthless. What do you got? What is that?
Oh, you
He's
got
got
a
a
coin.
Mac coin.
I got one Big Mac
One.
coin.
Oh, a Big Mac coin from his Big Mac box.
They'll raise their hands. So Lindsay and I just recently, if you didn't know, it's 50 years of the Big Mac this year.
Shout out to the Big
Shout
Mac.
out. It's a lifesaver.
Holy shit.
Keeping
the Big
us
Mac
fed.
is just as old as Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's almost as old as the Big Mac. It's 50 years of the Big Mac, and they were doing a promotion. I think it was only for a day, where if you buy a Big Mac, you get a coin. It's kind of ingenious because it's a collector's coin, or you can just redeem it for one Big Mac. So you can save it, or you can eat it. It's really, but a couple of people, I know Barbara got one. God knows why. She doesn't suck off the Big Mac every day, every night like we do. But I guess McDonald's likes her. So Barbara, myself, and Lindsay all got these crazy cases from McDonald's for the 50th anniversary of Big Mac. 48 of these coins in the case. And the kicker there is, if you want to just be a disgusting animal and go cash them in, because unlike a coupon, they don't say limit 1 per customer. Theoretically, you could walk in and be like, give me 48 Big Macs. But they're only good until the end of the year. Oh. So you better suck them down quick. So I'm still contemplating. I think we'll save one, for memorabilia.
Yeah, the full set. Yeah, I would.
Have the full set, and then we'll just go ape shit with the other set. But this is from the Drunken night. Lindsay driving home from Let's Play Live got a Big Mac coin, and I was just gonna throw it out to somebody if they wanted it.
Oh.
Are you guys gonna save it or eat it? Yeah, it's
All right,
pretty-
hold on.
I think it's eat
If
it.
you're going to eat it, let's hear it. All right, if you're going to save it, let's hear it.
Ooh.
There's a lot of
You don't know if that coin's going down a gullet.
It's pretty even.
There's a lot of ambivalent people too that didn't join in either crowd.
If you don't give
There's
a
a lot of
shit,
people
let's
like,
hear
I
it.
would never have a...
That wasn't the rest of the people.
That was
A
just
number of
people.
you cheered for none of that. And I question it.
There's a lot of people out there going, "What's a Big Mac?" Dude, and on that same vein, you guys know Chef Mike. We've talked about a lot, right? I saw after this whole Big Mac thing went down, there's a whole Twitter conversation between Michael and Chef Mike about, like, thanking for the big coin thing and then all that. And then Michael trying to get, like, a denim jacket with
Here's
the
what
McDonald's
happened.
logo on it.
I was tweeting about the coins,
Yeah.
and somebody tweeted me, and they were like, man, I just want that jacket. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I Googled it, and there's a McDonald's, like, denim jean jacket that's just plastered with McDonald's shit. It's got, like, a cheeseburger, fucking nuggets on it, a Big Mac, a quarter pounder. It's insane. It's ridiculous. So then I tweeted Chef Mike, and I was like, I found a picture of the jacket, and I go, hey, what are the odds you got a size medium of this laying around?
And then, and so he was like, I'll look into that, like about the jacket and everything. So it was really late at night. It was like midnight or 1 a.m. or something. I saw this, and I said, like, this is the most absurd thing I've ever seen in my Twitter feed, or something like that, and, like, sent that off to you. Well, a day or two later, I'm tweeting back and forth with the Spyro the Dragon, like, fan Twitter or something. We're going back and forth about a video that's coming out. I'm like, dude, no, the video will be out Tuesday. We have a video coming out Tuesday, by the way, in a brand new Spyro level that's never been seen before. And so, like, I'm talking back and forth. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be out Tuesday. They're like, good, we didn't know when this is coming out, blah, blah, blah. A response comes in from Chef Mike with a screenshot of my tweet that says, this is the most absurd conversation I've ever seen on Twitter. And I said, well done, Chef Mike. And he wrote, I was wondering when to use this, and I didn't want to be mean.
That's amazing.
I was like, you're the man.
I
What a guy.
never replied to it, but after you tweeted it in the original conversation, you were like, this is the most ridiculous conversation. He replied to that, and he's like, Michael, are you going to let this guy bully us like this? It was something to the effect of that. And I hadn't seen it until a day later.
I like that earlier in the conversation, too, when Chef Mike was like, I'll look into it. Michael replied with a stupid Bitmoji of him being abducted into an alien spaceship with hearts around it.
I had two emojis in there. One, because Chef Mike has made it GIFs. There we go. Jeremy's done with the first 4 logo.
I just finished
Chef Mike has GIFs like this. So after my initial thanks for the...
No, Ryan, no!
Stop, Jeremy. After my initial thanks, he had some kind of James Franco, like, winking reply GIF, to which then I replied with an emoji of me laying on top of a cheeseburger, to which he replied to something else, and then I had the emoji of me getting abducted into outer space with hearts, and then that was the one that you replied to. Emoji's great. Thanks, Gus, by the way, for signing me up for that. I just use it to this day. The number of times I have a conversation with someone and I go, I wonder if there's an emoji for that. You got blasted with a couple of them.
I got blasted by Michael with the Bitmojis.
I
recently.
blast Jeremy in text messages with Bitmojis as much as humanly possible.
Yeah, it's rough seeing that little fucking version of you doing shit.
I fucking hate it. We have conversations back and forth on Twitter, and then whenever you send that, I just stop texting. I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna name
know
this.
he's in a mood.
I'm not gonna support this whatsoever.
I was
Alfredo,
laughing
I
because
just straight up started talking
Haters
to him.
gonna hate.
Whoever slid this down to me, was it you?
I mean, it was just
Ryan.
sitting right here.
It was a
Like,
spare.
this got slid down to me, popped open, and I like looked at it, and I looked up, and I met eyes with Kat. And
she
Kat was
crying?
literally sitting in her chair going like this.
Is this all of them, or is there one more still?
This one hasn't really been touched.
That,
No,
that
but I
was
mean,
the
is-
extra. It was just sitting right
Jackie
there.
Is
just
there
looked
a
away from me.
sixth
She was like,
one, or is this...
Jackie.
That's...
Well, because he had
Imagine what this
6,
could
and I
be.
feel like he only finished 1,
Look at
and there's
this.
4.
Is
We're
anyone,
gonna be drunk and
whatsoever.
happy.
She looks confused as hell.
is anyone in the
Oh,
front
no, yeah,
row?
no, that's 6, because Alfredo's is just down here.
Is the front row
All right,
getting
I
lots
just making
of
sure.
this?
Yeah.
Can you sniff this? You getting any?
Can you smell that?
It's pungent.
Yeah.
It is pungent.
Speaking of Achievement Hunter,
Not
Gavin,
an attractive color.
can you sniff that? If you had to describe Achievement Hunter in a smell, how would you describe it?
Like 2 inches up your asshole would be how most ghost
That's
hunts
probably
smell.
about how we smelled after Louisiana, yeah. That was a wet state to be in.
Well,
Get ready
and
to go back, boys. We going back.
Did you fart? Have you done any without me?
No?
Okay.
I would beg to
Someone
differ.
went, what?
Oh, like, because we've filmed, we're not all in every Achievement Hunter. We kind of rotate around. But
Of the 7 people in Achievement Hunter, we usually pass the pilot that we shot. Because Daniel doesn't want to kill himself or one of us, he's requested that there's only 5 of us. And so there's a bit of cycling in and out. But both episodes I've done with Gavin, I've done the pilot, and then we've shot 2 more episodes. Lindsay was in one, I was in the other. I just fart so much.
Dude, you
And
let one out so early in the last ghost
It
hunt
was
we did.
immediately as soon as we started. And the thing is, like, that's not like I'm not like usually like the farting guy.
You're
like,
not Jeff.
There's
Yeah, I'm
just
not
something
Jeff.
about these ghosts
It's
that bring
like
it
the
out in
ghosts
ya.
just stir me up,
Although,
and
to be
it's
fair,
the ghost
since-
and Gavin.
since Jeff stopped drinking, his anus has dried up a little.
Dried up.
Yeah, it's not as farty anymore.
What? He's got a dusty asshole now? Is that what you're saying? Oh, shit. It's actually exactly what it sounds like now.
I like wearing this.
I feel like...
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
you feel safe.
It's great. Like billionaire philanthropist drunk.
It's appropriate.
You're not wrong.
Do you think if I had a thermal camera instead of an infrared camera, I would see your farts come out?
Yes,
I mean,
Dude,
we've
you
got
need to
one.
try that next haunt.
Yep,
yeah,
next
it's just-
episode.
you're always hogging it.
You can take it.
I'll have it for the next one.
God.
Yeah.
Jeremy's down there like Tony Stark in Iron Man 1, right? Where he's partying in the
Does.
suit.
Well, that's
I'm-
the
2! My mistake.
bunch of people disgusted
the
with
very
you, Trevor,
forgettable
right now.
Iron Man 2.
It's not canon.
No,
How
Iron Man
dare
2 is
you?
not good. It's really not better than 3. it's
Yeah,
the
I
worst
disagree. I'm so
Oh,
confused though.
shit!
Holy shit!
Oh my God! Jack Patilla!
There he is.
What's it?
How you doing, Jack? Jack Patillo! He's in. He's out.
Gone.
I like that he twisted Gavin's mic up and then didn't speak into it and walked away.
Oh, I twisted it.
He's got nothing to say.
All right.
That was a
Came,
shout out.
He did his
Yeah.
business and he left.
Jeremy, have you enjoyed being Iron Man or Thanos more?
Oh, Thanos, definitely.
Done.
Come on.
Closer to Callus.
Kill half of humanity? It's like put that on my fucking resume.
You got to wear the gauntlet too. That was badass.
Yeah, someone had
Oh,
that
there's the
moonball
gauntlet, the moon
which is like
gauntlet.
the coolest fucking thing. There it is!
There it is.
There's the moonball gauntlet.
Light it up, baby. Light it up.
Yeah, turn that bitch on.
BB.
Jeremy's,
Here it comes.
careful, Jeremy's running at you.
She's putting the stones in.
Gotta take her-
sorry,
she's
the
gotta
moon
activate the
balls.
lights. Got it.
All right, Jeremy's yelling something. He's got a wireless mic, but he didn't take it with him. for
That's
some
actually
reason.
true. What were you thinking?
That was kind of the reason why I gave it to him.
Look,
And he's just yelling. all the
Jeremy's
He's
gotten
about-
loco.
he's about
Yeah, he's gone low.
Yeah,
You
he's
finished
about
your
a
can.
he's
Four
about
Loko to
5
have in.
Loco in. Give him a.
It's your fault, Ryan.
That's where is he at? Is he 5 Loco or is he up to 6 yet?
Ooh, he's
How many
working his way
locos
through this
deep are
one.
we?
Okay.
Also, that black one's even grosser than
It's
the sour.
disgusting.
What does the black one taste like? Pass
Yeah.
that down.
What's the difference?
Gross.
I want to put my mouth on your
Jeremy
mouth.
yelled shit.
Good.
I didn't realize until I
Tastes
stood
like
up
shit.
how
Tastes
this
like
loco
shit.
felt.
Put my mouth on your mouth.
I think it's like.
Guys, why don't you
translucent.
pour it in your mouth and then baby bird it into each other? Just pretend it's on the spot.
Oh, that's no good. That's no
Look,
bueno.
they're the
Here,
same person. Look at this.
That being said, have y'all
Weird.
seen?
Take
Very
this
weird.
shit with you, son.
God, have y'all seen the new RTAA with Alfredo in it? It's just Trevor with a different color.
It's awesome.
Literally
it's
is.
not
It
even
is.
me.
Copy
It's like
paste,
me
baby.
from 3 years ago. Me. The model is so old, but what made me laugh so hard is I didn't even notice it right away.
Yeah, boy.
We animate together, like we blink at the same time. I don't feel so good.
Mean bear. Yeah, Jeremy, put the
I'm
helmet
gonna wipe
on.
out half of Moomba.
Put the helmet on, Jeremy.
Oh yeah,
Iron
get your helmet.
Thanos.
He can wipe out half of the office.
Don him.
Yes.
All right.
He's too powerful.
You see it
Something's
now.
happening.
It's canon.
It's weird.
Next
No.
Infinity War movie, Tony Stark gets the gauntlet. There you go.
Okay,
we gave it
cool.
away.
All right, snap your fingers. Half the audience, raise your hand. He'll determine your fate here.
There's no way half will.
The audience is going away.
You're all dead.
The lights went off.
That kid died.
Thanks for committing one person who went, ow.
My spleen. We'd have to sweep up. You'd have to sweep up so much people dust from this room.
Oh, imagine getting it in your nose. If you've ever
I'm
worked
sure that's
construction,
happened.
Gavin
you
could
just-
get way more people in there
I
than
got a bit
everybody
of
else.
spoiler alert in my nose.
I wonder if I could fit a whole person in my nostril.
No, actually.
I mean,
You could. I bet you could.
they have
You think you
crematoriums.
can dig
We
up a
can find
mummy
out.
and like find.
We'll just open up an urn and pour it in.
Well, how small does someone become when they're cremated?
There's still a decent amount.
It's like,
Like,
a solid
when
pile.
you get the urn, is that some of the person or is that?
It depends
Well,
on if
that's
you
some of it,
separate
right?
the person to give to different family members.
Yeah.
That's
Is
a
it,
fact.
is it like guaranteed to be 100% that
I don't
person,
think
or is
so.
it like there's a disclaimer like
I think
up to
there's-
5% other?
No,
They're
no, no.
different
no.
packages, actually.
No,
I
you
think.
pay extra to just get one person.
Yeah.
But I still question if it's all of the person.
So the guy that sweeps that out, right? Like he's getting people in his
Yeah.
nose.
He's getting people. The broom is getting
Oh,
people.
grandma.
It happens. It happens.
I got so
Burns
much
his own
steam on my
parents, you
shirt
know?
today.
That's like with pets. They chuck like 20 in unless you pay extra for it.
Yeah, we just left our frozen dog where he laid.
No.
They freeze him up before they burn him. And
They put them in the freezer. Yeah, I worked
Yeah.
during my electrician days. I worked at an animal hospital.
It's morbid.
A lot. It's just a big old freezer with a bunch of dead dogs and cats in it.
God.
What's the purpose of freezing them? Just so it doesn't smell bad.
Yeah,
guess
I think
so.
so. And then a guy rolls up and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to pick up the dead bodies."
You got some dogs?
And they throw them in the back and we burn them up.
Upon hearing
Throw 'em
that,
back
It's
in.
all
my,
sick.
my
by the way.
go-to phrase for when something is
Don't ask
awful is
questions.
going woof, and I was like, that's not appropriate right now. I
Yeah.
can't. No.
Yeah, I was working in an animal hospital at one point, and there was a dog that unfortunately was at the end of their days, and I happened to be working in a nearby room doing some electrical stuff while they were injecting the juice.
God.
Yeah,
It's probably this.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, it's just to that dog.
Yeah,
you know,
you
lived
know.
a good life.
Passable for
I
humans.
don't know why
Shout
you're
out.
cheering,
Shout out to the dog.
but
Shout out the dogs everywhere.
But I overheard the technicians talking. There was like one veterinarian and a couple of lab techs. And I'm in the other room, and I hear them like, okay, and they're like unplugging stuff. And then the vet goes, not dead yet, not dead yet, not dead yet. And I went, ugh. Put it back in.
So,
Take that, random dog.
Cold.
I mean,
Anyone else see that?
Gavin,
it's not a live off topic without talking about something
yeah.
dying.
Gavin,
You
how
know,
many dogs?
Ryan, your wife knows it happens.
How many
She's the
dogs
one
do
that
you
does
fit in your
it.
nose?
What?
How many dogs do you think you could fit in your nose?
A couple of poodles.
Okay.
Maybe
Couple
maybe
of Shih
Jack
Tzus.
Russell. What's a tiny dog? Like a Yorkie?
A
They're not
Shih
that
Tzu?
small.
Chihuahua.
Shih Tzu? Yeah,
Chihuahua, corgi.
Yeah, I could get a couple
Oh,
of those.
Chihuahua's worst dog, hands down, easily.
Yeah.
Ah, shut up.
Oh, come on.
Can't tell if these
Chihuahuas
people
are
agreeing
little
or-
balls of hate. That's all a Chihuahua is.
You're thinking of Pomeranians, and that's true. I hate those little.
Even then,
Pomeranian's
you know,
just a furry Chihuahua.
Yeah,
the
that's
thing.
kind of true.
Here's the thing. While
What's
I
up?
agree, most like Pomeranians are little dogs, are little shit dogs. I attribute that to the owners in the same sense that people are like, fucking pit bulls, they'll kill you.
Dude, pit bulls are
Rottweilers,
awesome.
It's because your owner is an asshole piece of shit. So if you have a little dog, if you have a little yappy dog that bites people and shit, it's because their owner is a fucking asshole and they suck. Dogs are dogs, okay? Just like people. Raise them to not be pieces of shit, and they're not pieces of shit, okay? Fuck you. Fuck the whole stupid, like, Rottweilers are killers. No, they're just big dogs. And if you raise them to be assholes and you beat the shit out of them, then they're gonna bite people, okay? I had a fucking 170-pound, 50%, his parents were purebred. He was a purebred, Rottweiler was his mother, and Doberman was his father. And this motherfucker was the biggest baby I'd ever seen in my life. Lindsay met him one time before he died. He was almost 10 years old, which is crazy long for a 160-pound dog. And her takeaway from the dog was, oh my God, he won't stop farting. There was no, like, I'm vicious. He curled up on me and crushed me to death every single night when I tried to go to bed. I'd be like, ah, get off of me. You're killing me. Get off of me.
Crushing me and farting
Fuck
on me.
you. Fuck you and your dogs are bad. You're bad, you piece of shit.
But not any of you. You're probably all great.
Yeah.
No, they're
No?
great, for sure.
Said no.
Someone
Lindsay, there's
disagrees.
9 minutes and
All
45
right.
seconds left.
I was
Do you have
gonna
any
say-
topics?
I feel bad for Iris because that's like your first baby was your dog, so she's got a lot to live up to now.
That's true. The term of beeb,
No.
it comes up every now and again. I don't know what's going on over there.
Oh,
It's weird.
Fredo,
Fucking Jeremy is losing it. Sorry, cat.
Is Jeremy entering the goo state?
He's
Oh,
gooing
he's
up.
gooing
He's
off.
gooing up. The term for me, like beeb, little beeb.
Jeremy's Alfredo's babe.
Fredo's just using him like a pillow.
He's losing it.
The
it's
goopiest.
it's not a negative in any way, shape, or form. It's, if anything, a compliment to me who hates everything and everyone, and I'm just filled with hate in New Jersey and East Coast. But legitimately, the first thing I ever loved in my life was my dog that I got when I was 15, and he was my little Beeb. I called him Beeberino. I pinched his nose a lot. And it wasn't so much a dog thing, it was a love thing, that I love this guy. He's the best guy in the world, and I'd pinch his nose and I'd beep him. And then I did that to Lindsay. So I often tell her she's the second Beeb. Not to put her below my dog, but he was first. And
I am a bitch,
Iris is the
so-
third Beeb.
Yeah,
she's the
she
little
beeps
Beeb.
now.
Beep. Yeah, and I'll go beep, 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 beep. Iris, for the longest time, I would do what I'd call a scissor pinch because her nose was too flat and she was too tiny to pinch. So I would just go beep, 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 and cut it like a pair of scissors. But now she's older, she's a little bigger. I can full-blown beep, 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 beep.
Thank you for that demonstration, Michael.
I just want to let you know, you're second Beeb. That's pretty good. That's almost first.
It's true.
You're the second thing I've ever loved.
So we have first through third Beeb, and now we're gonna have fourth Beeb.
Yeah. She dropped it like that. Yeah. That's true. So next year, thank you. Two of us, two of them. Next year, around February, second baby. It's true.
It was actually funny in the office because Lindsay was like Lindsaying it up extra one week. And I was like, man, she's just like extra losing it. And I in a video, I think I was like, Lindsay, you knocked up again? And you didn't even know that you were.
Yeah, I was like,
I could sense it. I felt
Maybe.
it.
This is funny because you said that. Then I came into the office the day I found out, and I told Boy, he's my boy. I was like, Boy, check
Yeah,
this
this
out.
By the way,
Beeb and boy.
am I
Yes.
first boy?
Yeah, your first boy.
first boy.
Yeah. So I told Boy, it was like I was doing something where I popped in the morning. I was like, check this out. And he was like, "Bleh," and then I left. And then later in the afternoon, I told the rest of the office, I'm like, hey, just so you guys know, the biggest thing was like, fucking moonballs, don't kill my baby, okay? When you guys are going ape shit, when Lindsay's in here, stop throwing shit and having glass rain from the ceiling and knives and shit flying all over the place.
Trevor.
Enough.
What?
Yeah,
This is
you
like
need to know,
shattering glass.
okay, just to have it.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And I
I
to-
mean, the onus is kind of on her. You called Moonball.
Shut up. So I tell the whole office, right? And Jeremy goes, he's like, yeah, well, we know because, you know, obviously you told Gavin like a week ago and he said it.
God damn it.
Jeremy
Oh,
was
no.
alive at the time. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, we know. Gavin told us last week. And I was like, dude, I told Gavin today. And he was like, oh my God, he knew.
Well, all right,
like-
yeah. So this British fuck,
Oh no, it's happened.
he did this thing where like Lindsay said something in a video. Like I don't know, we were in a video. Lindsay says something, and Gavin's like, "Oh, like you're not gonna do that? What are you pregnant again? Ooh," like something like that in a video. And he did that during the Irish thing because he knew early. You did something in a play pause where you're like, oh, it's almost like your mind is on something else.
Yeah. I
Like
wanted
an
to
asshole.
plant a little thing just so you could go back and watch it and be like, oh.
Right, so now whenever the asshole says something, I'm like, it's got to be something's coming up, you know? So he had said something like that in a video. I'm like, I bet there's another baby coming. And then Lindsay like wrote it down, like, this is the date that we're expecting. I'm like, knew it.
I
Saw it
accidentally
coming.
flattened the whole thing. Everyone's like, yeah, we know.
Jeremy, old news, what's next?
Yeah. Boring.
This is actually funny because literally yesterday, Lindsay and I had our autograph signing, and like
Thanks. Thank you.
weird. Okay, yeah.
Well, they were there.
They must have been there.
So, I'll slide shit in all over the place, and it's happened. I've slid it in a couple of videos, but somebody was at our autograph signing yesterday, and they were telling us, maybe it was that person that yelled "woo," and they told us, they were like, "Oh my God, like I was there, I was watching Extra Life in 2016 when you guys announced like Iris." I didn't say her name at the time, but you guys announced that you were pregnant, and it was so unbelievable, and like, I was just such a big part of the community, and I felt like, this is amazing, and that's such a big moment that I remember, and it was just so awesome to me, and I go, hey, maybe you'll be there for the next one if that ever happens. It's today. It was one day later.
Bam.
I fooled you. February 2019.
Bam.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you.
It's great.
I got laid.
Hey!
Jeremy. My God. My God.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, clarifier, it's not because I'm pregnant that I'm not drinking the Four Loko. This shit's just fucking nasty.
Yeah, it's nasty.
It's Michael.
Secondhand Four Loko.
I'm sorry, Kat. She's shaking her head.
You married me. I'm not the one who fucked up here.
She married you, not the Four Loko, Jeremy. And then Alfredo's here for some reason. You know what the real kicker is here that's awesome?
What's up?
We're taking off tomorrow. Alfredo grabbed his dick.
Watch out.
Alfredo, watch out. He's got a lot going on down there.
So I hear.
Hashtag Big Dick Dooley.
Kat, can I have that hug that you didn't give me earlier? Please?
She's regretting it, but here she comes. Kat Dooley, taking one for the team. There it is.
Yo, they just made a baby right in front of all of you. You see that?
They made a mouth baby.
The worst part of the whole experience is now
Jackie,
Kat
get
probably
off your
had to
phone.
taste the Four Loko too.
Get off your phone.
Yeah, Jackie.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, honey.
So, we've got about 70 seconds left. Anybody else pregnant?
Not me.
Ryan?
No.
Ryan?
No, I'm
Thankfully,
empty.
Ryan.
Gavin's superpower does not work on my family. We're good.
I will say this.
He's been trying to make me pregnant for years. Take that how you will.
In the weeks Ryan has known, he has told us is how fucked we are. He's like, oh, you're gonna get so dumb. You are fucked. The kids are gonna overtake everything. Like, honestly, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be magical for me to see someone else go through it, yeah.
Ryan said that to you. You were like, you said something about you not getting a lot of sleep, and Ryan's like, oh, you didn't think you got a lot of sleep. Now, Michael. And Michael went, so what, I'm gonna turn into you?
Yeah. Like I said, we've been vague about it. There's been a couple times where I'm like, man, if I have a second kid, I already knew I was having one at the time. When Ryan just laughed maniacally, and he's like, ha 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 ha, you're so fucking dead. It's gonna be awesome. Woo! All right, so, that's about it. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, everybody.
for coming to RTX Austin 2018. Thank you so much. Please, I'll throw out, if you want to donate anything to us, for the love of God, don't do it. We have a million things.
Are you
No,
gonna
we
be
have a
able to
million.
walk?
Shut up, Jeremy, shut up. We have a
Okay.
million baby things. Just, if you want to donate something, please, God, give it to charity. Give it to somebody that needs it. We still have diapers left over from Iris. We have a bajillion outfits. Honestly, I'll hate it if you give me something. We don't know the gender. Just, do something for somebody else that needs it, because we're overprivileged pieces of shit already. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed RTX. I hope you had a good time. I'm gonna go home and take a nap. Jeremy's gonna eat some McDonald's.
I don't. All I know
Oh, the
is
coin! I'm gonna throw it. Please don't kill
The
each
Big
other.
Mac coin!
Here it comes. Please don't kill.
fuck you in particular. All right, good job.
Why would you do that?